Welcome to Our Drummers Musicians. I'm your host Luke, and today I'm joined by the brilliant Selene Messinis, also known as SOLUNE, a multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, composer, and educator with an incredibly diverse career across many genres. In this episode, we discuss their journey with music, from the Blackburn High School music program, playing saxophone and piano, to developing a career that spans everything from jazz and R&B to even circus performance. We dive into their experiences composing and performing with Circus Oz, their thoughts on improvisation, various other experiences, and even their perspective on the experiences of women in the music industry. We also chat about personal expression, how dressing in bright colours is a form of freedom for them, and their latest project, working on a metal jazz album. This was such a fun and insightful conversation. I hope you enjoy. Well, thanks for coming over to do this.
This is great. Love your place.
Welcome.
It's lovely.
I'm glad you like it. Because it's been ages since I've seen you.
Ages.
I was thinking there's probably maybe even one of those function gigs for Toshi.
That
which
really
is
pretty one in the Botanic Gardens.
Oh, yeah. Was that the one that we were on the roof? Like a balcony?
Yeah. It was beautiful, that gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, don't break any branch off any tree when
That's
you drive
right.
in.
Yeah, because they were super,
Yeah.
don't go in that room and don't, look at the guests.
Am I supposed to be
No,
talking about
it's fine.
Okay. On the record.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Not going to lie, I'm a bit nervous.
Why?
I don't know. I like chatting. It's nice.
Because there's a microphone, it makes
Chatting's
it...
good. I don't know. I don't know if there's a particular outcome that's expected or...
No?
Okay, cool.
Here's a successful podcast. I had a good time. And then, a really successful podcast is that you also had a good time.
Okay, great.
And then that's
what we want.
it. Because the whole reason I started this is because I've been really sick with long COVID for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
And, I guess that means actually we've been in the house longer than 2 years. Maybe 3. Anyway. I haven't been working for 3 years.
Yeah.
Maybe we've been in the house for 4 years. Anyway. I got sick at the end of 2021.
Far
They caught
out.
COVID. And it just wrecked me. And I'm starting to get better. But most of last year, I was just in and out of hospital doing tests and all kind of experiments.
Shit.
And then this year, these professors that I was seeing were would just take a year off of this experiment stuff because, we don't really know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
As in you're doing trials?
yeah, some drug trials and looking for what myriad of other diseases could I possibly have that's stopping me functioning.
Wow.
Because I was physically fatigued, so I couldn't walk for longer than 5 minutes or something. And then I lost all my executive function skills. So any kind of problem solving or reading. I couldn't watch films because I couldn't follow a plot or...
Far out.
Yeah. So it was a pretty wild ride. And then this year they were well, just have a year off. And worst case, we'll see you at the end of the year. And at least you didn't have to come to the hospital every week.
Sure.
Best case, you've made some progress. But just try and do some stuff that you like.
Mm.
So then I started this podcast to get people to come and visit me whilst I was at home.
Amazing.
And yeah, I'm making good progress. I'm not back to where I was, but at least it's I can go take Scout for a walk now, around the block.
Amazing.
And do some stuff.
Far out.
But yeah, literally the podcast is just a forced activity of social hang for my recovery.
I like it.
And I'm friends with musicians, so if I can promote them as artists, that's
I actually think it's a brilliant idea.
a nice side product.
Hmm.
But I didn't realize how many other Melbourne music podcasts there were.
Are there?
Yeah, there's heaps.
I'm not really in the podcast world.
Now that I've started it, there's lots. Yeah, I thought it was just an empty hole, but no, everyone's trying to do it. And then,
Right.
But anyway, I'm sticking with it.
Do it. It's great.
We're in.
Love it.
Yeah.
Fully support it.
Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
You're so welcome. Thank you for coming. Oh, could I check how to pronounce your name? Is it Selene Messinis?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to do like a live intro and like make it like a radio show, but then it was all too formal, and now I can just like do one later.
Whatever works for you.
So just there's no pressure.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like make you like play a song or like give music theory knowledge or something.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty chill.
Okay, sweet.
How's the last like 4 years been for you since I've seen you last?
Yeah, I'm trying to really pinpoint when that may have been that we saw each other. I reckon it was really a long time ago, maybe 5. Pre-COVID, perhaps.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah. If it was before, I can't remember whether it was maybe before my Circus stint or maybe after. Maybe before.
I think it was before, because when I was reading like your website a few weeks ago, I was like, oh, Selene did all these like really interesting things, like the Circus.
Circus, yeah.
Where did that come from?
It kind of came out of the blue.
Okay.
Through some mutual friends, Nat Barch, who I knew, and I guess, her partner Jeremy at the time was the MD, and it was just they were kind of looking for people, interested in coming into audition. And so, he reached out to me, and so I did, and it was just like wild. Yeah, it fell into my lap in a way, and then I got to, write some amazing music, see some amazing people, travel to incredible places, which I'll be forever grateful for. Yeah, that was such a wild time, just pre-COVID.
Okay.
And I remember like March something 2020, we were about to get on a bus on a tour. We all got on the bus for them to tell us that the tour was cancelled.
Wow.
While we were about to leave Melbourne.
Whoa.
And then it was like, that's it. And no one knew what was happening. And
were they just like, oh, like we're going to take like a precaution and not do the tour, but like in 2 weeks, like we'll see you all again or something?
Well, it was sort of just like, yeah, we have to cancel this first leg. Here's some cab charges to get back home.
Yeah, right.
And then I remember just being like, well, I have all this time blacked out because it was going to be away from home for 2 months. And so I was just like, I guess I'll just, my aunt and uncle had a beach house in Sorrento that day, and I just remember being like, hey, Tim, do you want to just go to Sorrento for a few days? Because I'm not doing anything and the world's not doing anything.
Wow.
And they just, kept postponing, cancelling, in like, it was like tiered in a way. Like every few days they'd be like, and the next week is cancelled. And the next... What a crazy time.
Yeah. Wow. Well,
so, yeah, just pre-COVID, I had spent, a year and a half in the circus world.
Yeah. Right. Wow. What were the similarities and differences to, like, other music projects you'd been in?
Well, it was a cool gig because it was one of the only, outside of theatre pit stuff. It was one of the only, like, full-time gigs for a contemporary musician. And it was kind of few and far between. It was just like, whoa, okay, we're going to get, like, a full-time wage.
Wow. I thought it was just like a contract or something, but
well, it was a contract, but it was
like a full-time contract.
A full-time, full-time contract for 6 months or whenever the it was like contract based for specific dates. But it was like you're going to get a salary.
Wow.
Every week to, and it wasn't an easy job. It was pretty full on. Like there were only 2 of us musicians in a room for 8 hours a day with no windows together writing music. It was like intense.
So you had to write a lot, like
Yeah.
constantly making new music,
Yeah.
not just performing.
Yeah, we were writing.
Right.
Mostly Jeremy was writing, the majority of the music, but we would. It was just like a playground of how many they loved. Circus is like, how many new whiz bam thank you ma'am things can we kind of fit in to this show? And it was like any circus performer who could play an instrument, it was like, it's in the show.
Right.
This person can play guitar. Great, let's have them in for a shred solo while they're up in the air. It's like that kind of, sensation thing. And, they found out we could tap dance. And so, bam, it's in the show. It's like, oh, shit, okay. It was as many instruments as you could possibly play. It was a little bit of a gimmick, if I'm going to be honest. But that was part of it. People loved kind of us drumming and then tap dancing and then playing shredding a sax solo while someone's like, flying off a thing. Yeah, it was wild. Wild.
I guess that's the circus thing. Like, it's intense and it's exciting and entertainment.
You got like 70 minutes to give people like the most chaotic. It's like it's all hits.
Yes.
It's like the Instagram of show.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's like you want to just like pack it in. Yeah.
Wow, I like that, the Instagram of shows. That's so true, though, because it's just like you've got so many different parts of the circus and everyone comes in and does their thing and then the next person's in and
that's it.
There's no like downtime.
That's it. It was crazy.
Wow. All right, I'm just going to close this window.
No, that's all right. Do you mind if I just take my weird shoes?
No.
Okay, cool.
Nah, make yourself as comfortable as you want.
Sweet.
Do you want more pillows or anything?
This is good.
All right.
Thanks.
You're not short, but I've had a few like really short guests who've been like, I can't fit on your couch. And so now I like put more pillows on the couch.
I appreciate the pillows. I like the pillows.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Like, it's fun chatting about the circus, but I like don't want to derail like an hour of your time just to do circus chat.
That's okay.
As like exciting and interesting as it is. But can I ask like a final circus question?
Sure.
Did you enjoy that like intensity of program and like chaoticness and like full on action for the time that you were doing it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I'm so grateful for that time.
Do you miss it?
Sure. I miss the people that you get really close with, people that you spend such an intense period of your life with.
Yeah, because how big's the Circus Oz team?
It was like 15 people.
Okay.
Not as big as people would imagine. It's like Cirque du Soleil, people think, you see that they've got like a massive cast. But Circus Oz had such a small, like there were maybe 7 or 8, circus performers doing the thing and 2 musicians and then like stage manager, production manager, directors. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you all have to chip in and do like circus setup stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
Too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, you would find us with wrenches and putting together rigging. It was like all hands on deck. We all did our own makeup. We all, it was like, it wasn't sort of, people think it's like, oh, you've got a full, makeup team and you've got like people who come and set everything up. And no, it was like very hands on. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Full on, but like awesome. And it makes sense that you're like, like quite bonded to the people because you're all in that together.
Definitely.
Especially if you're doing all the setup and stuff too. It's not like you just like rock up for your part and then nick off while like the, tech team packs and sets up everything.
Definitely. And it was very collaborative process because, it would be, we are trying to, as musicians to represent exactly what was happening visually. So, like, there would be a lot of, like, analysing. Like, I feel like I have so much circus terminology on, like, acrobatic tricks and things because you would have to mark those musically and be like, like for lack of a better, but it's like they fall, you do the, okay, we're gonna.
Like those early cartoons sort of where it's like.
Definitely.
Sonically representative of all the action.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, if they don't land the thing, it's like, okay, we keep kind of playing for a bit, it was like...
Oh, because you're watching live.
We were watching live on stage. We were there on stage making it happen. And, like, there'd be like a shout mic. That'd be like, okay, keep playing this bit. Okay, quick, go to this section. And, like... It would be sort of this flexible form.
Wow.
It would sort of live, almost improv-y, but there would be some structure so that we could kind of piece together this weird Frankenstein thing.
And like, would you have charts?
I mean, we wrote the music ourselves, so we kind of knew. Sometimes we made charts for, if it was a specific thing we're going for, but a lot of it was just like up in here.
Yeah.
And that's why actually it was like you couldn't be sick. There was no way that you could not be at a show. It was such a personal, specific thing. Like you couldn't sort of explain to a fill-in to come in and just kind of take over for a night. Like being on your deathbed, you would be there. Like there would be people ripping IVs out of their arms like 3 seconds before a show because it's like you've got to make that happen.
That's wild.
It's wild.
Wow.
Yeah. Sorry, so much circus. Yeah.
No. It's really interesting though. Yeah, and what a informative experience. I'm sure like you carry so much from that now into everything you do, like because you've been through something so intense like that.
It was intense. It was very unique.
Yeah.
Very unique.
I was thinking about like different things that you've done. Because you're an awesome piano player that I've seen play a bit.
Thank you.
But also, I think you used to play saxophone in like a community big band with my partner Lucy.
Yeah.
Like, 10 or more years ago.
Over 10 years ago.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
What was that band called?
It was called Big Band Theory.
Yes. I knew it had a good name and I couldn't remember what it was. Hilarious community big band name. So I thought, like, could I take you all the way back to like the very, very start and get like a bit of like a chronology of your journey through music?
Like music? Yeah. Yeah, I started piano when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Did you want to?
I did, yeah.
Cool.
I think I kind of rode off the back of my dad's passionate energy.
Okay.
Yeah.
For music or just for life?
Music and for piano.
Okay.
Like he always wanted to learn.
Right.
So did my mum, but she never neither of them had the opportunity. They weren't musicians. And so, yeah, Dad had this electric piano back in our childhood home and he would sort of mess around like teaching me stupid little melodies. Like he was just self-taught. Not really, I wouldn't even say like self-taught. He just kind of played 3 or 4 notes.
Right.
He was kind of interested. But anyway, we started piano lessons together. So one after the other. Yeah. We went and started piano lessons.
At the same time?
Same
like,
time.
Like a group lesson? Or
one after the other.
Okay.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
we went to the
cool.
same teacher and it was kind of cool because it was the Suzuki approach back then.
Oh, yeah?
So it was like the teacher and the student and the parent were in this like triangle of knowledge and education. And,
Okay.
And the parent would... the idea was with Suzuki that it was like a team thing. Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily believe in the Suzuki method today, but that was like really big back then.
Sure.
So yeah, Dad and I started piano lessons. We did AMAB exams together. Like he did them too.
Wow.
Yeah, yep. Crazy, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he liked that kind of challenge and he wanted the
Cool.
accountability and he liked kind of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How was that for you? Like, I guess you wouldn't know that, like, not every other kid was, like, doing all the same stuff as their parent.
No. It was kind of cool that we shared that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And then, you know, like 5-10 years went by and I was sort of like, I want to quit piano.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. Novelty wears off.
Yep. Up until then, you enjoyed practice? Like, as a kid, did you like sitting on the piano and...
Honestly, I never enjoyed practice.
Yeah.
No one ever enjoys practice when they're not really that passionate about the kind of music that they're playing. And
Yep.
like, it's gotten better over the years, but definitely, like, Amy B classical piano was a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I hated the pieces. I probably liked them more than the other kids, actually. But they weren't, like, super inspiring. Yeah. And there was always, like, List D that was the fun jazz one.
Okay.
So I would hang out for that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what was your music listening like? Like, up until that point where you wanted to stop piano, like, did you listen to much classical music outside of lessons?
Probably not. Not a whole heap, but my parents exposed me to all kinds of weird stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, super eclectic mix. Like,
yeah, cool.
Greek rock music and, like, coming back to my dad, he was like a hippie.
Right.
And the original kind of hipster, I guess, because he would just go into record stores and just buy whatever looked cool at the, you know, in the 80s. Yeah. And his friends were sort of like, what the heck are you doing? You know? and he, you know, stumbled across like Keith Jarrett records and
wow.
it was crazy. And anyway, I kind of grew up with some of that stuff and Dave Brubeck and sort of by accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just because it had a cool album cover.
Just because, yeah, he had a cool album cover and he might have heard something like some hype around it. So he's like, I guess I should buy this thing. It's cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like, you know, from Mum's side, she had like alternative, you know, grungy 70s thing, Latin pop music, party music.
Right.
And super eclectic.
Yeah.
Mix. Yeah.
Wow.
Some classical stuff, but like mostly hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, it was kind of eclectic. But then I guess, yeah, the novelty wears off. You sort of got finished primary school and I was sort of like, is this the end of my journey? Piano. And I did Greek. I was like learning Greek at the time.
Okay. Is that like separate school? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And I would have preferred to have done Greek homework than piano practice.
Ooh.
That's how intense it was.
Wow.
And like Dad's car would drive back in the driveway and I'd run to the piano, pretend I'd been practicing. Like, I hated practice. And it was sort of like, is this the end? But, you know, there's something cool about like the finished piece, being able to play it. I always found joy actually being able to play the end result, finished piece. Yeah. So there was always like a bit of hope, I guess. Yeah. And then I guess I started Blackburn High and started playing oboe.
Was it your local school?
It was my local school, and my piano teacher also went to Blackburn.
Ah.
And so she was sort of like, if you want to nurture like a music interest, then, you know, it's kind of a good one to go to.
Yeah.
There was discussion around going to various other schools, but I was sort of like, I want to go here. Yeah. And I heard such great things, and it was the closest one to my house.
Wow.
Yeah.
How good.
It was cool. And so my piano teacher was sort of like, learn oboe if you want some great opportunities, because there's just no oboe players and everyone, you're going to just be fast tracked to the top.
Wow.
Which kind of exactly happened. Yeah. You know, being like one of two maybe oboe players in the school.
Yep.
Got some cool opportunities to learn some really great music and but school saw me kind of struggle playing jazz on the oboe.
Like you were trying to
I was trying to play
jazz on the
jazz. Yeah, I was trying to, make up little ditties and stuff.
Okay.
And kind of, it was tough. It was a tough instrument to sort of do that kind of thing. And so when I expressed an interest in picking up the saxophone, they were sort of like, yeah, here you go.
Okay.
Go on. Yes, I guess. Go on then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was my first sort of big band experience.
Wow.
Playing saxophone because I needed sax players at the time, and I sort of just fell into it.
Yeah, cool.
It was very similar oboe, saxophone, like fingering. It was super transferable.
Nice.
Yeah. And so I guess I was lucky, and I just continued those two with piano as well, sort of all the way up to VCE.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so all three instruments you kept.
I did. And I dropped oboe in my final year of school.
Ooh.
Everyone was devastated.
I bet. Because I assume like you were playing in the like orchestra with oboe and then also the big band on sax.
Yeah.
And
I
piano?
switched to piano actually. There was a stage where they really needed piano players.
Okay.
And I was sort of, I don't know why I decided to kind of launch into piano in the big band, even though I loved playing saxophone in the big band. But they needed piano players, and I was, they got Steve Sodergreen in.
Oh, yeah?
To start teaching sort of halfway through year 9, year 10.
Who was running the band program when you were there?
The music program,
like the
general.
Big band.
So Dave Palmer was kind of taking the intermediate band, and Andy O'Connell was taking the senior band, who was also my saxophone teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it just so happened, and like it worked out because Steve started teaching jazz, and I sort of was like, okay. Maybe this is like a more serious interest that I'd like to pursue. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
At the time, I didn't know what instrument necessarily that I was sort of wanting to do, but when I first sort of quite seriously started jazz lessons with Steve and kind of working hard at the big band thing, because there was such like energy around jazz at school, and all the cool kids who were not taking drugs or, like the innocent cool kids were kind of jazzers.
Yeah, right.
And I saw heaps of like girls leading sections in the, senior bands at the time. So it was like not necessarily a question of like, can I do this as a woman or anything? So it was kind of a cool experience at school to be able to sort of just not question any part of that stuff, and to have this like energy where everyone's committed and everyone kind of loves it and everyone works hard together to create this exciting thing.
That's so cool. Especially because like most schools, grateful. It's like sport maybe would have had the cool people like are in the football team or whatever. And
of course there was that too.
But Blackburn's like known as like, one of the best music schools in Melbourne. Like it's got like such a long history of putting out such awesome musicians. It's cool that your experience of it was like, oh yeah, like everyone's sort of like working to like come to try and do that as like the thing that was cool.
And I remember a friend of mine who was a few years older, when they graduated and went to Monash, was saying to me, like, just like cherish the time that you're in the big band at school, because you will never experience that kind of level of excitement and commitment around big band ever again.
Wow.
And I just remember being like, you're a liar. I don't know what you're saying. That sounds crazy. How could you not love big band? But truly, I'm yet to find as committed a group of people. Because big band's hard. Yeah. Unless you sort of go to America and do that kind of thing, which there are programs for that.
Yep.
Like either you know, you go to uni and no one really cares because big band rehearsals at 9 a.m. and like people don't care, unfortunately. It's just like an elective or whatever at uni. Or there's just like people who are passionate but it's not very well funded, you know. And so that's kind of hard to manage time as an adult, as a professional. Yeah. So they were right. Sadly. Yeah.
Yeah,
such a buzz when you're at school and you're like, we're going to be the best band ever, you know.
Yeah.
18 people all kind of working towards that.
Yep.
Wild.
And I guess because like you had like Mount Gambier in the like first third of the year and what was the one in
South Street.
Yeah, South
in Ballarat.
That's it.
Yeah.
So they're like a few.
You would have had that too,
Yeah,
right? Same kind of energy.
We'd all be looking up to like Blackburn though as like another division above the Bourne High band.
There you go.
Yeah.
We didn't think that at all.
Because you guys were top dog.
But we didn't think that at all.
Oh, right.
yeah. It was just like, we were just like, what's the best band ever? And how can we just, you know, it was just like, how can we make the best music? You know, like it wasn't even about competition.
Yeah.
It was just so fun, you know.
There's something really cool about that. Like I remember doing sectionals where we would like get the grand piano that was on wheels and like slide it out of one of the practice rooms to put it into a corridor where I could pull a drum kit out because all the other music rooms were done, but the rhythm section wanted to do like sectionals for lunchtime and stuff. And it's like, just like how you say where it's like, oh yeah, everybody's excited about the music making, and it's like the whole band's 20 people and you've got your section and everyone in the section's got to be excited, and then everyone in all the other sections has to be just as like keen.
That's it.
So that the whole thing can come together, because otherwise it's like, well, you know, you get one. Yeah,
if you get like a Daria energy person, it's not a vibe.
What's a Daria?
You know, like, did you ever watch that show, Daria?
No.
Oh, it was like a class. No, that's okay. Don't apologize. I don't want to be that person who makes me feel shit about it. It was this 90s cartoon.
Okay.
Where the main character was like, can't be fucked.
Right.
Sorry if I don't know if I'm allowed to swear. Yeah, it was, she was just so, like, it was like, back when it was uncool to show enthusiasm.
Right.
You know, it's just like, it had to be so like, oh, I don't care, I can't be bothered.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you have one of those people, wrecks it.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whatever, and then it's like,
they're like,
we can,
you know, like, who can be bothered? Yeah, eye roll, classic 90s, you know, like, cool, alternative cool. I don't know, yeah.
Wait, so what year did you finish high school?
2012.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're only a year ahead of me.
But
I
thought you finished in that year too. Okay.
2013.
Yeah,
sweet. So
I'm just going to adjust.
Yeah, please. I'm really fascinated by like Steve Settergreen.
Yep.
Making you feel like, oh, this is like a thing that I want to pursue, because like it's very different. But I learned off Steve when I was at uni, because we all had to do like compulsory piano for a year or something.
Yeah.
And Steve would be like, play Purple.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I don't understand like the conceptual nature of this whole like lesson framework.
Sure.
Tell me what to play, and I'll practice the like chord shapes, and I'll practice the scales, and I'll learn the song. And like it was so out there for me, his method of like,
fair,
just play what you feel.
Yeah. And
I'm like quite a logical kind of like,
me too, actually,
character. Yeah.
Fully
right.
Maths brain type A.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So how did that?
Oh, it used to stress me out.
Yeah.
Like completely. Like I would always be wanting some like tangible advice.
Yeah.
Tangible, like, okay, so when I have to get up on stage and do this thing, and he'd be like, oh, practice hard but stuff it up on the gig. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, Steve, I need you to help me. I'm going to pass out. So Steve nurtured joy and excitement, and gave some really great, like, you know, like voicings and all of that stuff, and repertoire and all of that stuff. And when we played together, you'd pick up stuff by osmosis.
Okay.
Which is, I think, a really valuable part of education when you're playing with your teacher and you just get to pick up stuff. So we did a lot of that, which is good. But Steve was like a part of the picture. There were some other really amazing teachers who were so passionate about music, and they were active performers as well. Regardless of jazz or not jazz, like heaps of other teachers at school kind of nurtured that sort of in me, and
Sure.
I'm grateful. I remember sitting down with two of my most respected teachers back in like year 11, making a life plan kind of moment. And it was just me, my mum, and my two favorite teachers at school. And they, it was like, okay, what do you want to do? And I was like, I really want to do music. This is my thing. And I just remember them saying like, well, we would never actively encourage you to go on with music. But if that is your, like, without a doubt, your true calling, you feel like it's like there is no other option for you, we will support you 1,000%. It was just one of those great moments.
Yeah.
It stuck with me forever. Because they were sort of like alluding to the fact that it was not going to be an easy life. But if that was like where I saw myself, then they would totally have my back.
Wow.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you mind sharing who the teachers were?
Yeah, Stephen Hardy, and Mr. Mott.
I don't know Mr. Mott.
Oh my God. Andrew Mott.
Okay.
Yeah, who used to be the director of music.
Right.
For the majority of my schooling, yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
How special.
It was really special.
So what was the like pathway that you took next? Was it like, all right, like I want to do like a formal education, so let's line myself up to do that?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of finished VCE and I did 2 music subjects, like music investigation, which was really cool that they brought that in.
What was your thesis?
I did it on, I did solo piano, and it was looking at like free improvisation solo piano.
Ooh.
Like it was sort of, back at VCE, that was my true passion. Like
Yeah, right.
Keith Jarrett, Chick Corea, Paul Bley, like all of that kind of making beautiful music, but free improvisation. Not necessarily like anti-music free jazz, but like consonant, asterisk music that was free.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off, but I was just
So I did that, and then I did the just music performance, but on saxophone.
Oh.
So I could do both solo.
Oh.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was cool.
Very.
And so, then I knew that I wanted to go to VCA.
Okay.
And do piano.
Why was that?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I think I was just getting really into piano, maybe even more so than saxophone. Like, just all the options seemed sort of endless, the possibilities, and I was just getting really into the solo stuff at the time, and
Cool.
feeling like totally self-sufficient, that I didn't need a band, or I could just kind of be in my own little world and do that.
Right.
And just make music just by myself. I think that was maybe where the seed grew.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So you mentioned like not feeling anything about like you being a woman because everybody was just playing. Was it when you started at the VCA that changed, or was that something you thought more about after you'd graduated and were trying to, establish yourself as a musician in Melbourne?
Yeah, both.
Okay.
There were few women in my course, and even fewer. There were like maybe 40 something, like in the cohort, and about a quarter ish were, you know, female identifying, and like half of those were instrumentalists.
What were the other half?
Vocalists.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so like so just to see the kind of proportion of female instrumentalists versus sort of male instrumentalists, that was a big, massive difference there. And to be fair, we were sort of we were all indoctrinated with misogyny, and we all kind of grew up. I mean like everybody. And I remember having certain thoughts about things that I don't hold the same kind of thoughts now.
Right. After
having grown up and sort of experienced being a professional, you know, in the world, and coming into my feminism quite, you know, like passionately. You know, like I used to be like, oh, why is there a women's jazz festival? That's crazy. You know, like without really understanding that, like now I truly believe that it's great that there's a women's jazz festival, you know, stuff like that,
sure.
You know, it was sort of like, I guess it was sort of coming from privilege. I did have a privileged education, and I didn't feel any less than, but there was definitely privilege there, for sure. And I was just like, well, you know, we just all work really hard, and like gender is not a thing. And again, I hold a different opinion now. Yeah.
What? Like,
without, you know, opening the full can of worms here, but
well, feel free to if you would like. Was there like a thing that really changed that from like, I just have to work hard and everybody else should just put their head down and work hard too, because if they worked harder then they would get the gig?
I think just talking to people, maturing, growing up, experiencing sexism in the industry, the older I got, the more sort of I was uncovering tiny pieces of a much larger puzzle.
Right.
That I was sort of going, oh yeah, I had a very narrow view and a very small sort of my limited experience sort of informed everything, but it wasn't that simple.
Sure.
Things just kept sort of growing.
Yes.
As I guess everything happens when you get older and you speak to more people and, you know, wider media and traveling and just kind of the fact of just working in the industry and I'm not saying it's all shit, but definitely you pick up some things and it's not always easy.
So what, like, I guess motivated you to continue rather than any kind of like step back, like if you felt like, oh, there's not a place for me or something in the scene? Like I think about a lot of people that I went through uni with that were like really passionate musicians, but for all sorts of different reasons haven't continued down that path. But you have, and you like established yourself as like like a continuous and like go-to professional musician in Melbourne, which is awesome. But like, was that just because you continued that drive from when you were a young teenager and you're like, well, I'm just on the path, even though it was like, you know, with each new experience as the world opens up, like the challenges are there, but it just didn't stop you?
I think so. And it is a large part of, I feel very fortunate to have had that sort of upbringing and I was always very, like it wasn't necessarily my parents, but I always had very high standards of myself and you know, unrelenting high standards of myself and you know, I always tried to sort of keep myself accountable to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that was enough as a drive to just continue that and to, and getting older and experiencing different music and still being passionate about music. I guess that's the thing that keeps it going, isn't it? It's like you have to still like music. Seems so crazy and so simple to say. But you have to like music to be in this, because there are so many forces working against you. You know?
Yeah.
You have to kind of like it. Yeah. Duh. But yeah.
Sometimes you just got to say it.
Yeah.
Like, what is it about your like unrelenting standards that you now are able to sort of manage in a way that's not crippling from like I'm not good enough at this, so I can't perform it, or I can't release this. Like, because, you know, on top of the like work you do, you also like post videos and stuff if you're playing on social media, and like you don't shy away from putting yourself out there. But if you have these standards, like that's what holds most people back from actually doing anything at all the different stages.
Yeah.
Because it can be crippling.
Yeah. It is, and it is crippling for me too, often.
Right.
Like, I'm, not, it doesn't necessarily come naturally for me to do that social media stuff. But I think having the goal, like I'm going to, I've been working on an album and I'm planning on releasing that next year.
Cool.
And I think it's sort of I'm trying to see it as a positive helper tool, this social media stuff, because often I can be a very cynical person, and I can be, again, with the standards and anxiety, and there's so much that comes into play. But having the goal of like, okay, I want to release this album, I'm going to try and use social media to try and aid as much as it can with that, promotion stuff, so that, because you have to believe in the music in order to put it out to some extent.
Sure.
We're all self-deprecating, but you have to sort of be like, okay, I've invested a lot of time and money and energy into this. And, you want it to try and be received by as many people as it can when it's out. So
yeah, of course.
Trying to sort of use it as a tool and just kind of trying to believe in the thing that I'm doing, the path that I'm on. And it's not always easy. And, like, people look at me and they're like, whoa, you wear such weird, bright clothes. And it's, like, questioning that. It's sort of like, I just have to believe in what brings me joy. And that's the only thing that can keep that alive, I think. The drive and the drive to do anything is just like, okay, what do I like? I'm just going to listen to and follow that a bit more. Yeah. So, like, I like wearing weird, colourful clothes. And people are like, oh, that's so strange. But you just go, well, I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want, right?
Yeah.
So you just do it. It's not that simple. I know it's not always that simple. But it's like, yeah, I like weird rhythms. I guess I'm just going to lean in and do that. Yeah. I'm not Keith Jarrett and I'm not other great keys players, but you just have to sort of be like, okay, what do I like? What's my thing? And just hope that that's enough. Even if, I guess, I know, and everyone loves validation. We all kind of crave that because it sort of goes, yeah, you're on the right path in life. But that's the only thing that you actually have to hold on to is like, what brings me joy? Because I'm a big believer in being authentic. So, and that I think speaks more volumes than anything else to me. That's like my highest value. Yeah. And people who are passionately kind of on their whatever brings them joy, you can't argue with it, right? It's kind of, you just go, yeah, you're doing your thing. And I'm just trying to do my thing, I guess.
Yeah, well, it's great. The authenticity of like you definitely comes across in what you're putting out. And
Thanks.
yeah, it's so great to see and like hear the way that you think about it too. Like, it's so tricky, I think, in like this modern music scene where like social media is like such a prevalent part of like our worlds.
Yeah.
Whereas like, you know, a few generations back, it was like literally just about the music that was being made. And now it's like, oh, well, we want to like see constant like content and not just wait like 2 years for the next album to come out. Or
That's
like,
it.
who are we
Feed
going to
the
book for the gig?
algorithm.
We've got to see like who's
Yeah.
around. Like, you know, I didn't think about you because I hadn't seen you in my, you know, circle or feed or gig
Yeah.
or whatever. Like,
And that is hard because we all have those thoughts running through our minds. You know, it's always like, what do we have to do? What do we have to...
yeah.
Like, we've, you know, always constantly so much going on.
And then
it's
like,
overwhelming.
oh, am I making the video because I'm trying to like do this thing for someone else? Versus like, oh no, actually I'm going to put out content that's authentically me. Like you described, like, oh, I want to wear clothes that I think are cool and make music that I'm passionate about, rather than like, can I play like the, I don't know, hot lick or jump on, you know, whatever like lame trend is like the next thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, look at me tip a bucket of ice water over my head and then like,
Honestly, I wouldn't
promote my
even
gig.
know what the latest trend is.
Yeah, I'm showing my like
wouldn't
out of
even
sync because
know.
that was like
No, but
ages ago.
yeah, like I genuinely... Sometimes I go, okay, let's jump on the trend, and I genuinely don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I don't get it. My sister is amazing at it, so shout out to like Sydney.
Amazing.
She knows all of it, and she's constantly like sending me things, or like if we're at like a family dinner, I'll be like, do you mind like telling me like how I should post something about the
Cool.
podcast or something? She's like, you got to make it more engaging. You got to add this. There's got to be like a text, like keywords, and like it's like, oh my gosh,
So full on.
you like know the business of this.
Yeah.
Which is a whole different side of the thing as well. But yeah, good on you for putting out the stuff that's authentically you.
Thanks.
It's really important.
It's not always easy
Sure.
because, yeah, maybe you're not hitting whatever targets, and there's so much anxiety about. You're like being worried about what you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, what? I don't even know what I don't know.
Yeah. And it can be endless when
And
it's like on
endless.
the internet. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's hard. It's hard to just keep doing it and not necessarily knowing if there's going to be a what's the word I'm trying to think of? Just
I don't know. Like what the benefit is from doing it or something.
Yeah. It's when you don't see like instant results.
Yes.
It can be disheartening sometimes,
Yeah.
for sure. But if you just have to like, as long as it's authentic, at least it's like, at least I'm doing that, and
Yeah.
at least I've made myself a promise of doing one of these videos a week. And even if nothing comes, I will have gone, okay, I will have done like a year of one video a week. And at the very least, it's like, I can feel proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the achievement and you've stuck to it, and then the progress that you're going to see from like, you know, you go back and watch that first video from the start of the year and it's like, wow, I like come a long way from there.
Yeah.
Was Brodie Everest at Blackburn with you?
Yeah, the year above me.
Oh, okay. Brodie was at uni with me at Monash,
Yeah.
and we had like an accountability thing going after we finished uni,
Cool.
where we'd call each other every like fortnight and like check in about like practice and music goals and things
That's
like
awesome.
that. And he really pushed me to post things because he knew how much like I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And like, so it was like just iPhone microphone, like I wasn't allowed to edit stuff, I wasn't allowed to set up like all the mics. And I look back and it's like, wow, it was so good that like he got me to do that, because then through lockdown I'd post a bunch of videos like singing and playing
Yeah.
guitar with Lucy,
Yeah.
just because, for like the same sake of that like progress of like you can't control all the things, and I look back at like the last 10 years since I finished high school, and I don't have any music out because it was like my critique of the thing, it was never good enough to put out. So scrap that whole recording and start again, or work on the next thing. And I never it never made it past like, at least like the release. Lots of things never made it past the concept, but then like maybe I'd write it out, or maybe I'd record a demo, or maybe I'd record the whole album, but like wouldn't have actually put it out.
Maybe you should.
Maybe.
You still got it, right?
Some of them.
Hopefully
maybe.
you haven't
maybe on a
deleted
hard
them.
drive somewhere. It's true. But like,
maybe, yeah.
I don't know. At least for me, it's like, okay, well, I think similarly to you, it's like, okay, well, I've got the like task of like doing this thing, and that's pushing my boundaries. And like, I don't know about you, but for me at the end of the day, I'm like, it's social media. So like, I don't really care about the like music output of it. Like recently I've been posting some like videos of me playing drums just along to music.
Love it.
And like, I don't know, it doesn't matter that I like messed up one of the transcription things. Like I'm not putting it out as music content. I'm putting it out as like, here's an exercise of me like overcoming my like anxiety of like, it's not good enough or whatever. And it's like an activity in and of itself.
Absolutely. Totally.
Yeah?
Yes. Me too.
Cool.
For me, it would be about like, oh, it's got to sound good. And then like, you've got to set up there's so many steps that actually they don't teach you.
Yeah.
All the techie, specky stuff.
Are you a synth nerd? Like, do you love all that stuff?
Yeah, but like it's all the setting up the mic and syncing it to the thing and recording, getting the interface and putting it the session and making sure you've got the track and then the levels and the like all of that stuff would be enough barriers for me to be like, no thanks. That sounds so hard. So I used to just get the phone and just do crappy audio with the phone mic because all of that other stuff would be such a barrier.
Yes.
And then I started going, okay, no, I care about the sound quality, so I want to try and do this. And then once you invest that time and energy kind of working that out, then you refine that process. But it can be really hard to just get started with that.
Oh, yeah. Do you leave it like set up, like your... I don't know, interface rig and stuff?
Yeah, thankfully we've got like a music studio that's just there set up.
Great.
And things are mostly ready to go. Yeah. And it makes it a bit easier. And the clamp for the phone, like things are, unfortunately, like it used to be our whole lives were oriented around a television and the couches were facing at the, and now it's like, get all the content things, right? The lamp and the thing and and it can be so hard when you just see people do things effortlessly. You never see the behind the scenes stuff.
No.
And no one really talks about it, and no one goes, hey, this is exactly how long it took me to make this video, and all of the hours and all of the energy and without getting too like cynical about the whole thing. But it can be the barriers, kids are just going, bam, thank you. And the video looks so flash and everything. But that takes so much energy to learn how to edit videos and do all of that stuff. They don't teach you that in music school. You know what I mean? Like how to even record a video or edit a video. And be a copywriter and be all of that stuff. Like we all know that it's become much more than can you play the notes in the way you want to play the notes.
Which chord fits over this mode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stuff is like the easiest part almost. And that's the stuff that used to stress me out at uni. You know? So it's like crazy. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we've been playing this game on the podcast.
Okay.
Where I get guests to ask questions. A question of the next guest.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a question for you.
Right.
From my previous guest.
Okay.
Drummer Ellis Fleming.
Okay.
If you all of a sudden could no longer play your instrument or any kind of music at all, what would you do with your free time and your life?
That's a great question.
Do you know Ellis? They were at the VCA, but a few years behind.
No, I don't.
I think they are at least 2 years younger than me, maybe 3.
Okay, maybe just missed each other.
Yeah, because if you're a year ahead. Anyway, I'll cut this little nonsense bit out.
No, that's
yeah, thank you, Ellis, for the question.
that's a great question.
It's pretty dark.
I don't think it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's got to be more to life than music, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if we let it consume us, it's so intense. If everything that we do in our whole lives is only music, then I don't know. I think it would be a very one-dimensional life that people have other joys too. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It has to be, I think. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to connect to anyone that's not a musician or... Yeah. Which, to be fair, I think that was a big struggle of mine and a lot of my friends back at uni. Is okay, we only have, we're just in sort of a bubble of people who think the same things and do the same things and talk about the same things, and it's just music. And there's something beautiful about that, the intensity of that when you're studying. But as I've gotten older, it's there's so much more, right? For me, I'm so passionate about food. So deeply passionate. And there are a lot of things that stress me out in the world, but food has never stressed me out.
Cool.
Even if it's you've got to do this thing by this time, and it gets, stressful, but I never see that as stress. I only see it as joy.
Are you talking about like the pressure of making food?
Let's say baking, where things are under a timer or whatever.
Yeah.
Food has never stressed me out. I love getting excited about flavors and shopping for great vegetables, and cooking and eating and thinking about food has always been a big part of my life. So
cool. Probably
food related. Yeah.
I think that with your attitude and standards, you would make an excellent chef.
That's very kind. Probably chaotic, chefs are all just have you seen The Bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Yeah, I would totally be that. But I'm glad that actually it's not a professional part of my life.
Yeah.
Because if it were, then all of this stuff that we're talking about with music would totally apply to food. And I can see how The Bear is like that.
Yep.
Because it's professional, when your work and your soul and your identity is wrapped up in a thing, then it's business, it's pleasure, it's what you think about, it's what you do, it's what makes money, it's what makes you frustrated, all of that stuff. And I'm glad food is not that for me.
Yeah, so good that you've got that as something so that your whole world is not consumed just by music.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, I wonder, to think about how many people have something else like that are professional musicians. Because this type of questions come up quite a few times in this segment. And I feel like I just go whichever way the asker intended the question, because they normally give a bit of a preamble when we're chatting about it or something.
Yeah.
And so for Alice, it was oh boy, this is my biggest fear. And there's been a few questions that have come up, and then some guests have been in that, they're oh no, existential dread. And then others have been like you, and they're well, whatever, that's just some part of some aspect of life. And
of course it would be devastating. Of course. But yeah, for me, definitely there's other.
Yeah. It's cool.
I like clothes. I like colours. I like painting. Yeah.
Where'd the bright colours thing come from? Have you always loved that? Vibrancy to life?
I think Good question. Someone asked me this recently. I've always been really OCD about coordinating things like clothes and picture and color and coordinating from an artistic aspect. Like I've always enjoyed what's the word, your house when you
I don't know yet.
Not a designer, but a
like interior design.
Yeah, but
like
when they, oh my god, words are not my forte. Can we do a maths equation instead? Stylist. Like I've always loved like styling a home or styling a clothing or whatever.
I hope this doesn't stress you out because it's just like a whole bunch of stuff in a room.
No, but there's like, people have thought about it and, it's got personality. People have lived here. Yeah. But like, I've always been really kind of like that around clothing and even like putting food on a plate, like from a visual thing. I'm like, it's exciting to me to coordinate colors and things like that. So I've always been like that.
Cool.
But then maybe 10 years ago when I was studying, like being in the city around like arty people, so much black clothing, so much black.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's cool, but it doesn't bring me joy. And the people who would wear bright colors, who would be a bit eccentric, genuinely brought joy to my day when I would look at them. And then Gorman sort of started the brand. I don't know if you know about Gorman, but it's like it's basically kids' clothes for adults.
Right.
And they're not cheap, but like it's a particular sort of fun, bombastic color explosion.
Cool.
On clothes. And like when that started kind of being big about 10 years ago, I was just like, whoa, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's cool. And I'd see people wearing like really like out there colors and be like, I could never have the, bravery to pull that off. People think that stuff. And then I just had a moment where I was like, actually, I'm an adult with free will. And I can do whatever I want. So I just lent in.
Yeah, nice.
And now someone's labelled it dopamine dressing, like classic Instagram.
Right.
Just loving to label random stuff, right?
Yes.
But it truly is, I think, it brings joy to my life when I wear something fun. It makes me feel good. Not just from like, it's flattering, but just like explosively, and I guess that's my character as a person. I'm like very bold in my emotions. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. It's just like it's all out there on a plate. So I guess my clothes are a natural extension of that.
Yeah, cool.
It brings joy to my life.
When you play, some gigs with a bunch of the different like artists you've worked with, how much freedom do you get to like express yourself through?
Usually
clothes?
A lot. Yeah, usually a lot. I mean, I'll generally match the vibe. Like, if there's an artist that has a particular aesthetic and my like massive pink bold crazy thing is going to take over the show and it's not about me, then maybe I won't wear that thing. I'll tamper the like dress to the occasion. But still it'll be me.
I feel like a bunch of the artists you work with, there's like a lot of stuff going on. Like, I don't know, thndo or something, like you would just be able to be you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's kind of cool to surround yourself with people who like that kind of stuff. And even like it's my one like, going to jazz clubs and I'll just wear like the most absurd like, pink Nikes or whatever.
Yep.
And I'll be like, that's me. Like I have to I have to be me. I don't want to be the black suit jazz thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just do. It's like kind of boycott, but it's not. It's like it's fun boycott. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, you play like so much different music, like so many different styles of music. What are you most feeling passionate about at the moment?
Good question. Honestly, anything jazz adjacent.
Okay.
Like, there's things in music that I love that actually are so, like, genre is not even relevant. Like, the things that I'm drawn to in music are, like, really consciously thought out grooves and things that lock in so beautifully and make you feel a particular way. Like, very rhythmic focused. That's always been I guess that's where the maths comes in. Yeah. Loving that kind of hyper-organized sound. And, you know, like great harmony, but not just great, but great to me, you know. Things that I love harmonically and rhythmically. So that can be R&B, that can be metal, that can be bluegrass. Like, I was just listening to PBS a few weeks ago, and there's this bluegrass revival band that came up, and I was like, this wouldn't normally be a genre I'm kind of into.
Mm-hmm.
But all of those kind of elements that I'm drawn to were in this tune that I heard.
Cool.
And I was like, whoa, this is revving me up.
Just like mega interlocking, like banjo and guitar and like that sort of thing.
And it was so clean. It was so rhythmically clean, and like the harmonic choices were like, wow, you know, like inspiring to me. And I was just as revved up about that as I would be about like Animals as Leaders, like prog metal thing.
Okay. Yeah,
truly.
cool.
Yeah. It wasn't even about genre. Yeah.
Wow.
It was cool.
How awesome.
It was, yeah.
All right, we've been chatting for like over an hour now.
Okay.
So I should wrap up with like the final 5 quick answer questions.
Sure.
What is your favourite venue to play in Melbourne?
Ooh. That I've played?
Yeah.
Howler.
Nice.
It's a great room.
Yeah. I've never played the Howler. What's it like on stage?
It's kind of like, I see it sort of like the recital center, but like for contemporary music.
Wow.
Like it's sort of set up in a beautiful way, like sort of circular-ish, and it's quite pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that description.
And the sound is good.
They should put that on their website.
They should, the recital, get the MSO crowd.
What would be your dream venue to play at?
Forum. Definitely.
No
questions.
What about globally?
Oh my God. Royal Albert Hall.
Nice.
Yeah. Like intimate solo piano, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Like if people actually care, you know.
That would be amazing.
That would be something else, hey.
What is your coffee order?
Oh, a strong skim latte.
What is your favourite place to get food after a gig in Melbourne?
After a gig? Like late night? Does it have to be late night?
Doesn't have to be.
Can I just say my favourite place?
Yeah.
So there's a pizza place near me in Thornbury called Wolf and Swill.
How do you spell that?
Like wolf and swill, like SWILL.
Okay.
So like you wolf it down like food and you swill a drink.
Right.
Yeah. And they do $15 best margaritas pizzas outside of Italy.
Wow.
On a Monday night.
Oh.
And I go there many Monday nights, like at least every second week.
Wow.
And it's like church for me.
Cool. Well, thank you for
sharing. And I
sharing.
always order extra sugo, extra sauce on the pizza.
What pizza do you get?
Just some margarita pizza. Because that's the one that's $15.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, yeah.
And they have great chili oil and
Nice.
It's a vibe.
Why extra sauce?
I just like that extra bit of... For me, the mark of a good pizza is about the sauce.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for being like our first outspoken foodie on the podcast.
The first outspoken foodie.
Like no one else has, I don't think, articulated their passion for food.
Okay.
So,
I'm happy to wear that hat.
Like you've got the crown of a lot of other cool things on the pod as well.
That's lovely.
But also,
yeah, I'm happy to take that.
this was a special moment to
Cool.
dive into your favorite place to get food.
Everyone should go. It's truly, like, I'm not even endorsed, but they should endorse me.
Well, we'll see if there's like a mass influx of arrivals post episode release.
I think
maybe we could set up some kind of sponsorship throwback situation.
I'm going to have my 30th birthday there next year.
Cool.
Yeah. Everyone's invited.
All right, final question.
Yep.
What is one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Oh my gosh. That's really hard. Could you share yours?
I haven't prepared one, but yeah, let me have a think. I think, given what I was saying to you before about that I haven't put anything out, would just be to put stuff out.
Nice.
Get it out there. Because I was quite good at, like, if I didn't have a gig with somebody else, I'd put on my own one. Like, next month, like, I don't know that many session shows, so I'll put together a band for this.
Cool.
But when it came to putting, like, releasing music, I guess I was crippled by my perfectionism.
Yeah.
And then that similarly sort of like took over into the live stuff as well, where I was probably way too harsh as a band leader. So it would be like, just put the music out. Like, it's okay that everything's not perfect.
Yeah.
Like, just have a good time with the band.
It will never be perfect, hey?
Yeah. And maybe practice more as a kid. Like, I wish I kept up piano lessons.
Yeah, right.
How great would that have been? But
because you'd like to be able to do stuff now?
yeah,
Well, it's never too late.
it's true. But like, it'll be a while before I can get my 10,000 hours in.
Oh, that's a scam, isn't it? Yeah. There's the cynic.
All right, there you go. There's a few pieces of advice to give to my younger self.
Cool. I think for me, it's like just lean into the things that spark joy. Like, without getting too Marie Kondo about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, follow the things, follow those like sparkly paths that lead you to the joy. And if you've got enough of those, because then as you get older, you realize what you really care about, I think. And sometimes it takes a while to figure it out. But, like, there's always little avenues of joy. Yeah, for me, like, I've been playing just, like, R&B solo piano vocal gigs.
Mm-hmm.
I love them. I look forward to them. I probably play 2 of them a month, and I genuinely get excited about playing those gigs.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I just go, wow, this is serving me, my soul. It's joyful. Yeah, I love it. I love singing, and, you know, like, once you get over the imposter syndrome of, like, oh, I didn't study voice or whatever, brings me joy, and someone's willing to pay me for it, so even better. Yeah.
How special.
I think it's just, I think for me, because as we spoke about, the authenticity thing for me is really important. And that is kind of, if you're living your truth, your whatever, things will usually pan out okay. Yeah. Yeah. Depends on what people care about. Yeah.
Well, thanks for being so, like, generous and authentic with your sharing and like,
Thanks.
giving us this.
I didn't know what was going to happen.
Well, it's really nice to have this little chronology of like your musical journey, and then get to chat about some of the like passions and challenges that, you know, have been along the way. And I'd love to do this again, especially once your album's out, and check in about that whole process.
Yeah.
If you'd be up for it. It sounds
Definitely.
Oh, well, I'm excited that you're putting out music, so it'll be cool.
Thanks. I mean, it was recorded almost 3 years ago now.
Oh, wow.
2 years ago.
Oh, well,
2 years ago.
I could have asked you so much about it and I didn't.
No. It's fine. Yeah. It's kind of cool that we got to chat about other stuff.
Do you want me to ask you a question and I'll film it and I can post it on the thing when you put it out?
Oh, sure. Okay.
All right.
If you have time.
Yeah. We'll formally end the podcast recording. Thanks for coming, Selene.
Do I have to ask a question to the next person?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry. I'm so glad you're on it. I haven't forgotten that for ages, but I did today.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. What question would you like to ask the next guest?
I've been thinking about this actually a lot recently. And shout out to my friend Francesca Gonzalez, who does Breakfast Club for it's like a wonderful thing that she's set up over the last few years about just connecting artists and creatives and kind of discussing these sorts of things. But
cool.
Something came up recently about, so the question is, what serves you creatively? What in your life serves your creative practice? And it can be something musically, or it can be other stuff. Yeah, I remember her saying that she drives around delivering bagels 3 times a week from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And she's like, it is the best job ever because she gets to just drive around, wakes up early, listens to whatever music or podcast she wants, and then she gets home and it's 10:30 and she's ready, she's inspired and she's fired up and she gets excited to start her day and actually be creative and write music and stuff. So that serves her creative practice.
Wow.
Not practice, but
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's a cool question.
Yeah, very. All right, thank you. And thank you for reminding me.
No, that's right.
Question 2.
Because it could put me on the spot, so I was like, I'm going to put somebody else on the spot.
Well, thanks so much for doing this, Selene. It's been awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us on Our Drummers Musicians. I hope you enjoyed diving into the world of another musician as much as I did. Help us grow by leaving a review and sharing the podcast with your friends, family, favorite artist, or anyone else who might enjoy it. For more info and updates, visit ourdrummersmusicians.com. See you next time.